Hello everyone, my name is Patricia Plata-Cruz and I am in the Bachelor's of Social Work program here at the University of North Carolina at Pembroke. I am also in the school social work licensure program as well. For my last semester here at UNCP, I had the opportunity to do my internship with Red Springs High School, and I got to work alongside the school social worker, Mr. DeQuan McLean. And although this is a time where none of us would have expected to do our internships the way that we did, I still believe that we had a really good experience and we did learn a lot throughout this whole process. Not only just the social workers that we had to work with, but also ourselves due to the COVID-19 remote learning environment. With my internship, I wasn't able to go to the school right away. I had to do everything virtually, so I think that was sort of a challenge and barrier as to how I was going to be able to learn a lot of the things that the school social worker does on a daily basis. I was only able to go once a week for an hour. So within that hour, we just talked about like my upcoming assignments, stuff that I could help them with within the office, such as make phone calls to parents about their kids, and how my agency project would go along with the school system and how it would be presented to the staff there. The remote learning environment did give me a lot of insight as to how the school functions within that type of situation, how a school social worker functions within that type of situation. So due to the remote learning environment, I wasn't able to interact with any students or parents because there were no students at school. There was also no way of me going to school every day and being able to sit there with my social worker and like shadow him like a regular internship would have been like. But I did have the opportunity to obviously do some video trainings with the Cognito website they provided us. It taught us how to talk to different populations within the school system and about different topics, such as discussing the topic of bullying and how to approach a student about it, how to discuss that a child may be having a learning disability and how to approach that with a parent, and how to make a IEP, like an individualized education plan. I thought that was really important also. And when it came time to do our case presentations, and we had to learn about the different cases that we as social workers take on within a school setting, I learned a lot about that as well. I learned a lot that Red Springs High School provides, such as the resources they give the students and the parents as well, especially during this remote learning environment. The students at Red Springs High School were provided with their very own laptops to take home to do their Canvas assignments and to keep up with attendance in class. I know that one of the barriers was that a lot of students didn't have access to Wi-Fi. So the school was able to provide like a Wi-Fi bus or provide locations that were free for them to set up and do their assignments and attend class in. Another one of the resources that we had was that we were able to provide lunch every day if the parents or the students wanted to come by and like pick up lunch, which was always served like around from 11 to 12, I believe. And then within the semester, it kept on improving, especially when I decided to do my agency project on sex trafficking and child abuse awareness. It was a very lengthy presentation, but I think it did provide the information useful enough, not only for the staff there, but for parents and for students as well. And with all this COVID-19 stuff, regulation still going on, the Red Springs High School was able to provide, with the collaboration of the Public Health Department from Lumberton, free COVID-19 testing right there at school. And even though there wasn't a huge turnout, people did show up. And I do believe that I was able to learn like all my practice behaviors and competencies, even within the remote learning setting, even without having to be there every day. It was still such a very good experience, and it was just due to the fact that there was a lot of communication both on the social worker that I worked with and on myself, and then also with the interaction of Miss Jadelle Hawks, which is the Public Schools Robeson County Director. Some of my future plans would probably be to obviously work in a school setting, because I do want to have my license in school social work. But thank you for listening.